Listen, there are two things I care a lot about in the Gundam franchise. The G-Savior, that's why I have two videos on G-Savior. The first being about the movie itself, and the second about the high-grade model kit, which did great numbers. Thank you to everyone who watched it. I thank you a lot. Love you guys. And Haman Karn. And with her, the Qubeley by extension. Now I've done a video on the third-party 1/6 scale Haman Karn doll, and I still stand by my verdict from that video. I'll link the video below if you want to check it out. For today's video, I'll be reviewing another model kit. This time, a Qubeley in 1/120 scale from Yiya Studio once more. This is a really odd scaling if you really think about it, because most high grades come in 1/144 scale, and master grades come in 1/100 scale. So I don't know what the heck Yiya Studio's thinking when they made this kit, so it's gonna be a bit taller than most high grades. What I got here is the Deluxe Edition Qubeley from Yiya Studio, which means it comes with a bonus stand and head parts, as well as another doll of Haman Karn in a different outfit. I'll be reviewing this as well, but first, we'll get started on the Qubeley model kit. So, let's get started. So we're going to take a look first at the box itself. It is a large box featuring the Qubeley and Haman Karn herself on the cover. I wish they credited the artist for the image, but it is a third-party kit. I don't think they care about copyright or crediting proper artists, so don't be surprised if you buy a third-party kit and see no credit whatsoever. When you open up the box, there's a very nice image of the Qubeley blueprint, which acts as a cover for the main content. Take off the cover and you'll be met with a bunch of runners and the doll itself. So this kit comes with 16 runners, which is quite a lot, and the doll. Looking at the runners, they look pretty much alright. It also comes with a photo card, same as the one in the box, a manual, and a sheet of water slide decals. However, building this kit is a very mixed bag for me. It looks clean and sharp. Looking at the promotional images of this Qubeley would make you think that you're building something akin to a real grade, but that's very far from it. The kit itself has a well-placed undergates and wonderful color separation, which makes the fully built kit look really clean and nice. However, the plastic can feel cheap sometimes, and for some of the parts, I don't know if it's the plastic quality, but some of the pegs can feel too tight when put together, and some of the parts just don't come together at all. So you'll either be sanding some of them, or you'll be doing some fixes to make sure the parts do stick together, like adding glue. I end up using some plastic cement just to make sure some parts don't fall off. Some of the parts just don't slide in as easy. But then again, this is a third-party kit, so it's kind of expected. So here's the fully built Qubeley 1/120 scale. I have to say, it looks really great. Just standing there, it's a great display piece. It's a very interesting version of the Qubeley. It's very angular, it's very sharp. It's a cool looking redesign of the Qubeley. So if you're a big fan of the Qubeley, then all the gripes you might have with the build will be very well worth it. But if you're an experienced builder and you're not a big fan of the Qubeley, the building might be just annoying for you and you might actually just put this away or just leave it on your shelf. But anyways, let's take a look at the articulation. Now, starting with the head, it can raise up and down, as expected with every Qubeley, and can turn very little sideways, but it does have the gimmick of the eyes turning as you turn the head itself. Very cool gimmick, but it was very annoying to put together, especially the eye part. Not to mention, the parts keep pushing each other out of place, so it's very annoying to put together. The shoulder binders can turn up and down, a little bit sideways here. But the pegs attaching it to the shoulders can be very tight, so you might want to sand down the pegs before you put them together. The elbow bends barely 90 degrees, which is disappointing. While the hands are on a ball joint so they can turn around, and the individual fingers are articulated so you can bend them forwards and backwards, but not sideways. Do note that these fingers are not strong enough to hold anything, not even its own beam sabers. The torso can turn almost all around, but the front ab prevents from doing that. It will eventually hit this piece. Also, no ab crunch for this model kit as well. The funnel cabin has no articulation at all, but it can lift the top part up and down. That's it. You just attach it to the back and it's very static. The funnels in the cabin itself has a bit of movement, so you can turn it into firing pose, I suppose, which is a nice gimmick. Still annoying to put together, I'll tell you. The legs can do a decent kick to the front and back, but the funnel cabin will prevent any backward kicks. The knee bend has a wonderful double joint action, but it has this gimmick for the moving armor that prevents it from doing a double fold. The feet can pivot as it is on a ball joint, but nothing too special, and it has a tiny toe bend. For the accessories, you don't really get much. You get 2 extra holding hands, extra beam saber handles, apart from the ones attached to the Qubeley already, and 2 types of beam saber effects, a straight beam and a slashing beam effect. You also get a stand with beam effects for funnels to attach to. Now you can just plop on the Qubeley and make it so that it looks like it's launching its funnels at the enemies. Pretty cool, but there is no articulation for this stand, so you can't make it look like it's hovering or flying towards anything at all. You can just plop it in and then point. You also get these extra parts to turn your Qubeley into something else. However, you'll have to disassemble some parts of the Qubeley again. But with how tight the parts are, I can't even put these on. Which is a shame, because I really want to try these on, considering they're bonus parts. Now, let's do some size comparisons. Here it is, next to the high-grade Qubeley, the revived version, the high-grade RX-78-2 Gundam, the high-grade G-Savior Space Mode, the high-grade G-Quax, and the high-grade G-Fred, the high-grade Gundam X, the RG God Gundam, DC Multiverse Batman Beyond, and lastly, my previous Haman Karn doll 1/6 scale. I would probably rate this kit about 6 out of 10, maybe 7 or 8 if we're just going for the looks. Not to mention, this kit falls apart too easily whenever you try to pose the arms or the head. The arms especially, because the pegs connecting the bicep to the shoulder is just too short, and one wrong move and it just falls apart. As for the head, you turn it sideways and the side panels on the head comes off easily. I recommend gluing it down unless you're able to do the part swapping with the extra parts from the deluxe kit. So yeah, this is why this is 6 out of 10 for me. There's so much potential for this kit, but only squandered by its material and its subpar posability with the upper body. It can't even do a lot of its iconic poses, hands on hips, arms in the binders. So would I recommend this? Only to experienced builders. But maybe if you want a very cool looking Qubeley just to display, standing, sure. But I'll tell you now, the building experience isn't that great. And that's the review. So what do you think? Are you going to be picking up one of these Qubeleys, or are you just going to be sticking to Bandai? For me, this is more for like Qubeley fans or Haman Karn fans. But we'll be reviewing the other half of this deluxe kit on the next video, the Haman Karn doll. Be sure to check out my fighting game over here. And if you want to see me live, go check out my Twitch. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.